and seeking win number 10 and a final dose of confidence. Pandemonium weekend, the final home series of 2009 here at Chase Field for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The good news is you just see it. We showed you a shot a moment ago. A little bit later, this roof is open just the way we like it here at Chase tonight. On Fox Sports Arizona, we're wrapping things up at home. It's the San Diego Padres going head-to-head with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hello there, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. Hope you have a big weekend planned. We know we do. He's Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton, and we hope that it's a big weekend for Max Scherzer as he wraps up his regular season. This will be his final start of the year, and for Max, as he approaches 200 innings, or I should say 170 innings, he hopes to get to 200 next year. He looks to have double-digit wins, and we also learn, as we compare him to a handful of guys, he's got some big-time swing-and-miss stuff.
Yeah, he does have swing-and-miss stuff. In your first full year as a starter, if you can get to 10 wins, you'd have to say, I had a pretty successful campaign. You look at these guys, and there's some terrific pitchers, obviously. One thing that the other four guys have is good assortment of off-speed pitches. That just shows you how dominant Max Scherzer's fastball is, that he can be with those guys in the swing-and-miss rate. He's got a swing-and-miss fastball. His other two off-speed pitches are nowhere near those other guys you just saw. So there is some work to do for Max Scherzer. It's only on the off-speed stuff because the hard stuff is dominating.
It's interesting, and you're talking about what his skipper talked about, A.J. Hinch. Work to be done, growth to occur. A.J. looks ahead to next year as we get set for tonight.
No one has a crystal ball here. He has sensational stuff. He's going to, probably be in the 170s this year. And when you think of a 1 and a 2 guy, you're thinking of 200+ innings. So who knows what he can accomplish? And as he develops into a more refined pitcher, and he learns how to maybe dial it back early and save a little in the reserve tank to pitch deeper into games, we'll find out exactly how good a pitcher Max Scherzer can be.
That will allow him to pitch deeper in games. 5 2/3 innings per start. That's about Major League average. You've already pointed out his stuff is not Major League average. But he worked on that slider, getting on the side of it a little more, almost making it more like a breaking ball. Maybe that's one of the answers.
Well, you hope so, and it's still too early to tell if the slider is going to become a good weapon for Max Scherzer. Right now, he's still going to have to find the off-speed pitch that gives him that extra something that he needs in order to be an elite pitcher as a starter. As a possible reliever someday, he can just live off that fastball. It's a terrific fastball. I'd love to see him, if he's going to be a starter and a good one, he's got to develop a changeup and a slider. It's got to get better.
Well, let's watch tonight as he makes his final start here of the 2009 season. He's got to deal with Adrian Gonzalez, a guy who really hasn't hurt the Diamondbacks much this year, simply put, because they haven't pitched to him. Let's see if they attack him tonight.
hanging out here in the Diamond Club, and I hope you don't mind. There's a story that I'd like to track throughout the course of the game tonight. You might remember it was a story that we chronicled very early on this season. We went to our friend Frank Gennaro's house on our show called The 10th Inning. Frank, I'm just going to call him a Diamondback super fan. In fact, he might be #1 because Frank is working on an amazing streak, and I just want to see how far it has come along. There are the numbers. If he makes it to tonight's game, Saturday and Sunday, as you break it down, that's 989 consecutive games here at Chase Field or Bank One Ballpark. He's never missed a home game, and he's approaching 1,000 of them. So I'm on a personal quest here tonight to sit down with my man Frank to see how far that streak has come along, if indeed those numbers are correct. Speaking of streaking and milestones, how about another one for Mark Reynolds? The quest now for 100 runs. The bottom line, after all, in Major League Baseball. Stick around, more to come. Darren Sutton, Mark Grace have the call, and it's right after this.
Gonzalez, Headley, Venable, Salazar, Wildcat Nick Hundley, Speedster Everett Cabrera, and Kevin Correa. Maxwell M. Scherzer rocks and fires on a Friday night, and we are underway with a fastball that dives down and away. Todd and Gracie and I want to thank all of you for opening up your home to us this evening and doing so all season long. Right down the middle. 1-1 the count to Tony Gwynn. As we talked about in our open, start number 30 for Max, looking to even his mark at 10-10. 25-year-old turned 25 in late July, goes back outside with the fastball. 1-2 the count.
Well, if he can stay right there on the outside corner, he's going to have a heck of a night, Darren. That was a perfect fastball.
Throws a lot of them. You touched on it in the open, a late call of time there. As a matter of fact, when you talk about his fastballs, throws them about 71% of the time. As that one over the top, that's a changeup. So a different look, and Gwynn wasn't ready for it. The key where it ended up right at the shoe tops.
Well, there's the fastball away for the strike. Now we go to the changeup, and it's in. And a lot of times when a hitter sees in, Darren, they just know it's a fastball. So you speed up, and he was way out in front of it. Quality pitch.
And now David Eckstein, 0 for 4 with a couple of walks in his career in 6 plate appearances against Max. We missed out on David in San Diego. He had some neck problems, missed a couple of days. Change up, nubbed foul. 0-2 the count. And since then, since missing some time, David's hitting 4 of his last 6, 262 this year. Brought back on for next year's Padres club. Whether he starts or not is yet to be seen, but a veteran presence. And a bouncing ball will do it again, 0-2. We do know this about his experience. He won't have October baseball this year, but this is a young man that battled his way to the big leagues and, oh, by the way, now played in 44 postseason games. You had to wait a long time just to play your first. 44 postseason games for Eckstein.
Pretty amazing.
Fastball is outside. 1-2 the count to David. Included in that time is 12 World Series games. 0-2 with Anaheim, another changeup, and 0-6 with the Cardinals. Sanford, Florida, a walk-on at Gainesville as a Gator. Begged his way into pro ball, and here he is. A slider. It's a fly ball left field. You love David Eckstein in the air. It's Parra, Young, Upton, Allen, Roberts, and Drew. Montero catches. Mark Reynolds plays third base. And on Wednesday, barehanded off-balance throw.
Incredible play, and then he hit the back of his head very hard. But like most ball players, that's not going to hurt him for long.
Now Mark has seen a large improvement in his defense. He'll tell you he needs to get a lot better as Adrian Gonzalez takes a fastball. Mark made 34 errors at third base last year. 356 chances and 904 fielding percentage. 904 as that one is low. 2-0. He has made 18 errors at third base this year and a close to similar amount of chances. 322. 944. Is it where you want to be? No, but that's a 40-point improvement in fielding percentage. Into the corner goes Gerardo Parra. Fine defense there.
But Mark Reynolds gets to a lot more balls than more third basemen. You like that song?
One of my favorites, Kevin John Correa, is 29 years old. Talk about a nice year for a guy near the bottom of many rotations. This is his 32nd start. He's looking to win his 12th game of the season with another start to go.
Signed a minor league deal to come to San Diego and had to earn his way onto the ball club in spring training. And boy, what a pickup he's been.
His last 4 starts, sprinting to the finish line. He's thrown 27 innings, has a 1.67 ERA. He's been great. He beat Pittsburgh 7 shutout innings last time out. Slider is high. 1-1 the count. Tell us about the stuff of Correa. What does he throw?
Well, it's nothing that's going to dazzle you. He'll hang around 90 miles an hour with the fastball. He's got a little slider that you just saw, occasional changeup, but he just tries to stay on the corners, change speeds. He's what I call a basic right-hander. Tall, lean, good pitcher's body.
Longtime Giant, as you said, found himself looking for work. Only 78 major league starts. Chris Young hits a high fly ball and a slider away. Tony Gwynn can play some center field. He hauls that one in. Speaking of defensively, he is flanked by Salazar and Venable. Headley Cabrera can fly with David Eckstein and Adrian Gonzalez on the infield, and Nick Hundley catches Kevin Correa. You like the defense of Adrian Gonzalez?
I love it. He's got great hands. Not the rangiest first baseman. Kind of got slow feet.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy with slow feet, but he has got some terrific hands. Very soft hands. You hit it anywhere near him, you're out.
Anywhere near him, and Stephen Drew slices that one the other way. It's a base hit. Well, that's pretty and good to see for Drew.
Yeah, Stephen Drew, a guy that coming into the game, 259, 12 home runs, 59 RBIs. And a lot of major leaguers would take that. I think if you ask Stephen Drew, he would probably tell you, I could have been a lot better this year. That's pretty there. That's Stephen Drew.
And Stephen out of the air to right and on the line to left, a big difference. Stephen in the air to right, that's where he gets in trouble. Justin drives it to the gap. And the guys out there didn't square it up. Had the right idea, but just did not square it up, Justin Upton. Get that one down off the end. What'd you see there?
Well, I think he kind of jammed himself.
Okay.
It was a hanging slider. And I think he got in on him just enough to keep him in the ballpark. See that thing hang right there? Yeah, that was down on the label. So Justin got a good pitch to hit and just didn't do anything with it.
Well, you are right about jamming himself. Here's Miguel Montero.
Last 2 Diamondback hitters have been first pitch swinging. There's another one.
Stephen Drew with a single with 1 out. He is stranded. Made it easy on him.
Man.
remember this feeling. I want him to remember, you know, the struggles and the frustration, because we don't ever want to get to this point again.
Good way to look at things. Education through struggles, and I think very wisely stated by the young yet ever quickly gaining experience Diamondback skipper, who was responsible before this for 6 clubs, 6 professional ball clubs in the minor league system. Now just one that's had a tough year. 1-1 the count to Chase Headley. 12 homers, 61 RBIs. Hung in there nicely against the Diamondbacks. Matter of fact, his last couple of weeks, he's played very solid baseball. His Padres have played very good baseball.
He just took 2 out of 3 from the red-hot Colorado Rockies up in Denver. Oh, look at that good fastball right down the middle and just exploded past Headley.
He has what they call late life, doesn't he?
Without a doubt. That ball gets about halfway there, and then something just kicks it in the backside, and it's by you.
Tried to backhand it, and into center field, it's a base hit.
That was the change up there, and unfortunately Max didn't get himself in good defensive position. Ended up with his number on his back, facing the hitter, and ended up giving up an easy base hit. That's a play that pitchers should get frustrated that, and that's really a one-hopper back to the mound, but because you didn't get yourself in good defensive position, it ends up being a leadoff base hit. Once you release the baseball, you should be that 9th fielder.
We always see it's a little bit more challenging for a power pitcher because the follow-through is a little more firm, but I know Max will tell you that still you can snap back and bounce back and be ready to go, even with a big follow-through. He's not falling off a la Mitch Williams at all. Good fastball, but it misses away. 1-1 the count. Still almost knocked it down. Venable, another one who's hitting. And a little bit of power as well, as that changeup is high. We're talking about the Padres, by the way, and it's since August the 25th. In the National League, you might be surprised with who some of the better teams are. Padres at the top of the heap.
I was talking to Bud Black before the game. Well, he couldn't be prouder of these guys and what they've accomplished.
Change up a topper, and it's foul. He is a guy that is garnering a lot of respect as a manager. He toyed with the concept for several years when he was under Mike Scioscia. And even though Bud has his own ideas, could have been an executive, headed down the track to be an executive, he will tell you, I'm very different from Mike Scioscia. Couldn't be more different personality-wise, but boy, did I learn a lot from him.
He's smart like Mike Scioscia.
My first couple years as a radio announcer in Anaheim, I was with Bud in his first couple of years as a pitching coach, and just communication. That's the one thing that stood out to me. Fly ball, right field. Got that one into the hands. And so Will Venable, who was, by the way, 2 for 5 with a couple of doubles against Max, kept that one in, just couldn't extend his hands on that one.
Yeah, right now, Max is just kind of cruising with his fastball, hanging in the low 90s. I think 93 has been the best fastball. That's what A.J. Hinch was talking about. Learn how to back off early in the game. Go ahead and pitch to contact. You don't have to strike out everybody. Strikeouts are sexy and people love them. And it gets the fans on their feet.
He'll get his strikeouts. He doesn't need to worry about that,
exactly.
As you said. With that kind of an arm, you'll get your strikeouts.
But if he's going to be a starter and a good starter at the major league level, he's going to have to learn to get deeper into ball games. And that means pitching more to contact.
The 1-0.
Good pitch there, right on the inside corner.
1-1 the count. Max has been a strike thrower. It's not as if he's wild and walking the ballpark. But as Gracie said in our open, just continues to tinker and toy with those secondary pitches. Slider, and that one has pretty good tilt to it there. We told you a couple of weeks back when he was working in Denver, Colorado, on getting on the side, if you will. I mean, hold your hand out in front of you, 2 fingers out in front, behind the baseball. That's where you would throw your fastball, or even in some cases a slider. Well, turn it just a little bit to where the ball is on the side. Your fingers are on the side of the ball, almost a curveball grip. As that one is fouled off. Well, we remember, Gracie, when he threw it that day, it was, for me anyway, quite dramatically slower than his slider, but it seemed to have really good depth to it. I think that's hard for him to believe in, though, until he really breaks it out full time in spring training.
And it's one of those also when you throw some of those sliders and they get hit, to
Great
still
point.
believe in it.
Great point.
You know, can you believe in it after you've given one up in the gap? Do you still, with a couple of runners on and a 2-2 count, and your catcher puts down 3 fingers for the slider, do you have the confidence to deliver that slider where it needs to be delivered?
Didn't Ronnie Belliard hit one out?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't think Max threw one the rest of the game. That's part of growing up as a starting pitcher.
Know this about him, too. He seems somewhat stoic and lighthearted. He has a true edge to him, as that one is fouled off.
Well, he's got a great motor.
Oh, boy. Now, you don't always see it. Has a little bit of a younger looking face. He's a great guy to talk to. You've heard him on interviews. Miguel Montero said, when I go down there and I'm catching him in the bullpen near the end, I just hope and I pray that he doesn't miss or do something outside of what he hopes to do. He said, because he can lose it. Fastball blows it right line. I think he couldn't get it out of his catcher's mitt there. So it's a stolen base. There are 2 outs. Headley with his 10th stolen base of the year. Had a shot at a strike him out, throw him out if he's able to get it clean out of there.
You know, sometimes poor defense doesn't show up in errors, but right here, this is just a gift. Strike him out, throw him out. Instead, Miguel Montero can't get the ball out of his glove, and when he finally does, delivers it up and away. So really, it won't be an error tomorrow in the papers, but this inning should be over.
And Miggy will tell you the same. There's that late life on that swing and miss fastball, by the way. I mean, electric running away. That's a good slider. You take a pitch like that, you take a slider like that to the bank, you'll be just fine. And that one has more depth to it. 1-0 the count to Nick Hundley. Another one.
Back to back.
Somebody's been watching Dan Heron's pitch.
And that's a very good one. It's located right on the outside corner. It's not so much how much tilt you get or how much depth you get. Can you deliver it on a corner?
Well, there's no doubt about that. Max on 1-1.
Gas. That's what I'm talking about. Right after a couple off-speed pitches, that makes that 92 look about 100. And that one was delivered to the outside corner. It's good stuff.
We talked about Dan earlier, by the way, because Dan is the type of guy that will throw a slider miss with it, only to throw another one right behind it. And Max did that to start the at-bat. Miguel wanted it up. It was actually down. And the count remains 1-2. Hundley hitting nicely of late. Hitting 6 of his last 9. Has 10 hits during that time. Hitting .400 during that time. 10 of 25. Former Arizona Wildcat. The 1-2. Fastball spins him out of there. Interesting test here now.
I'm still not crazy about Max Scherzer wasting one upstairs.
He's got the stuff to waste it down the middle with the life he gets. 2-2. Change up in. 3-2 the count. Why, by the way?
Well, I just don't think he needs to waste pitches. Like you said, he's got a swing and miss fastball. He gets a lot of swing and misses. A lot of those swings and misses are on strikes. So
start that son of a gun right down the middle.
And he's already a guy that fights his pitch count. So why give extra pitches to a guy that doesn't really need it?
3-2. Another changeup.
And these are all pitches piling up because they couldn't get the strike them out, throw them out. This is about 8 extra pitches that Max is throwing. He's still not out of this inning. He's still got work to do to get a pesky Nick Hundley. It's all these little things that end up piling up at the end of the game. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And unless you're watching or unless you're here at the ball game, you're not going to know this tomorrow by reading the box score.
So we do it again. He threw him a changeup the pitch prior to this one. Here comes another 3-2 with 2 outs. Slider, and he got it.
Well, if he can deliver that kind of slider, we're in for a good night from Max Scherzer. Oh, baby, down and away. Do it, son.
By Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Back at the ball yard where Mark Reynolds will lead things off.
Let's see if he can keep from swinging at the first pitch.
That did occur. That occurred with Upton. That occurred with Montero as well to end the inning. Pretty good year for the young man as he takes a changeup that flutters in there. 0-1 the count.
Well, what kind of year do you think Mark Reynolds has had, Darren Sutton?
A growing year, an improving year.
Well, one thing that's really grown, his numbers, his offensive numbers.
Slow curveball, 0-2.
Career highs in a short career: home runs, RBIs, runs scored, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, hits,
nice,
doubles, walks, stolen bases, well, and the strikeouts.
You bet. So it's pretty good improvement. You can add to that strikeout total as Mark goes down on strikes there. You know, we like to give out contracts, Gracie, for those that make great plays in the stands. You get
Can we get one?
Tickets. Watch this. Our Chaz Roberts Cool Play. This would be the anti-contract. There you go.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Chip Hale. Loved the fundamental.
Oh, look at that face.
She showed
She's
with the arm.
devastated. Look at that face. He was so scared.
Didn't want to make Pop mad. Good stuff.
That was beautiful.
That's why you bring them to the ballpark. Bring the kids to the ballpark. They love it here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Get to throw a ball at Chip Hale.
Which is big league. Chip all over me today.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think I'm done with him for the year.
Well, you're done with him until the game's over.
Bouncing ball. Look at this. Can't find it now. There it is. Picks it up. Throws. Got it. What an empty feeling for probably what felt like 30 seconds for Correa. And then he finally found that's a nice play in the end.
You could hear his infielders yelling, feet, feet, feet. In other words, the ball is at your feet. Okay, there it is. And Gerardo Parra just seemed to never get there. He's okay, Buddy Black. Went out and checked. Chasing his tail. Okay, there it is.
We'll find our favorite little girl down by the dugout here in a little bit. I'm told they went for a walk, but I think she would tell us that the pitcher for the Padres was playing Ring Around the Roses there.
Ashes, ashes.
He almost fell down.
There she is. Little gorgeous little gal, too.
Hey, don't take Daddy's cold beer and throw it in the dugout, please.
I've learned to always keep the refreshment in the hand away from the child.
Good call.
Because, one bump and it's gone. Can't have that.
You'll probably wear it. Ryan Roberts with a 1-1 count.
Nice. Beautiful slider there right on the outside corner.
He'll throw a slider. He'll also throw a curveball. And we saw him throw a curveball to Reynolds. Difference in velocity about 8 to 10 miles an hour in the two pitches. Rarely throws a changeup, but he has one. The 1-2. Fastball, strike 3 over the outside corner. Tattoo that ball. Tattoo it. Oh, there's our favorite. She tattooed it. Our little cutie up there in the stands. Chip Hale says, oh, look at that face. Am I in trouble, Dad? No, not anymore.
This year, Valley Fever. It has cost him the season. Darren, you know the rules. Take it when you need it. But I want to say hello to my friend Marv Freeman here on the right. And Marv, before we get to why we're talking about you specifically, you came down with Valley Fever, did you not?
It was a few years ago, and really, I basically got it because I breathed the air.
That simple.
That simple.
And do you still feel the after effects?
I'm sure I do. The thing is that it was a series of misdiagnoses, but when they finally figured out that I had Valley Fever and they finally put me on the proper medication, I'm feeling great. But the key here is for people to get tested, and to be treated.
It's interesting you bring that up because we talked to Connor Jackson at great length about that throughout the course of the season. He just thought he had a cold and he thought he had the flu. It was all about the diagnosis, right?
That's right. And as a matter of fact, that's what most people feel, And they may get pneumonia or a prolonged cold or whatever. But the bottom line is that when they see their physician, they should encourage their physician to think about valley fever and to get them tested.
Obviously, someone took a foul ball, and the emergency personnel are attending to them right now, guys. But is there a target age that people need to worry about for this, or is it anywhere in the spectrum?
Well, basically anywhere in the spectrum, but of course, the older you get, the more susceptible you are to certain things.
Tell us about the walk. What do you want people to know about?
Okay, what I want the people to know is that we're with the Valley Fever Alliance, and on Sunday, November the 1st, 9 a.m. to noon, we're going to have a walk at 550 East Van Buren, which is next to the University of Arizona Medical Building. And it's a short walk. It's about a mile. But it's a long stride in helping us fund finding a cure for valley fever.
That's outstanding, Marv. I wish you the best. Thanks for bringing it to our attention here in this broadcast. Again, it's been a story we've been tracking all year, and it struck a guy in the prime of his life, in the prime of his career. And as Connor said the other day, if this was a 9-to-5 job, I think I'd be back. But this is a Major League Baseball player. It can hit anyone. Thanks, Marv.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Diamondbacks, because I found out about the Valley Fever Alliance when I called the Diamondbacks about Connor. And they said, why don't you talk to these lovely people right here?
These ladies here, and now you're their spokesman.
Thank you.
Darn good one, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marv. How about that, guys? I hope you pay attention to that. And you can see the sign here, 3 lovely ladies in blue, the turquoise color there. Signifies the disease.
Thank you, Todd. That's great.
Yep.
And the awareness, and what a class act, what a great representative. November 1st, that walk, and make time for that. The Valley Fever Alliance, look it up on the internet. 1-2 the count to Kevin Correa. Outside, 2-2. Sent him down in order in the first, did Max, with 1 strikeout, a couple of flyouts. Headley singled, then he went 1-2-3 with a flyout, then a couple of strikeouts.
0-2 to 3-2.
Taking it to a full count, as you just said, to Kevin Correa. Had Everth Cabrera in the air, which is exactly where you want it, as he popped out to short.
That's all it took. Just throw some gas right down the middle and get the strikeout.
Don't forget to gear up all winter long, no matter where you may be traveling. Represent the Arizona Diamondbacks. The official online shop, dbacks.com/shop. Don't forget about those friends in the Midwest. They need the snow caps and the parkas, the D-backs bibs if you're a new parent. You get t-shirts and jerseys and collectibles and more. Those traveling coffee mugs. Straight from the source at dbacks.com/shop. 1-0 the count to Tony Gwynn.
Back in Detroit.
Oh, there's a lot of folks representing with D-backs here in Detroit.
A lot of our friends. Family.
A lot of your friends back there. A lot of folks at the Polish Village restaurant. And of course, all of my in-laws represent the 1-1. Slider dives down and in. Tony Gwynn struck out back in the first inning. Gwynn in the middle of a 4-game hitting streak, hitting .441 over the last week and a half.
Pretty good pitch there. Didn't get it. 3-1.
And his last 11 games, he's hit 9 of them. 3 of those times he's had 3 hit games. And this year, this move coming here in 2009 to San Diego has been a growth and development move. Cody Garrett went to Milwaukee. He was a .248 career hitter 06 to 08. He's hitting .272 this year. And the one big saving grace for Bud Black in penciling him in and seeing if he can do it playing every day is that he will go get the baseball in center field without fail.
Yes, he will. Very well.
He just earned himself a walk. Very close pitch, but that's a fine at bat. On base percentage in September for Gwynn now over 400, and here's David Eckstein. When you think about having David in that 2-hole for a guy who watches his pitch count and how big just a single close call can be for a guy like Wynn. Now you got to face X time. He's going to drive you nuts.
And you're hoping he's going to be swinging early.
We all remember earlier this year that 3-run home run he hit off of Chad Qualls, tied the game, went 18 innings that game.
No, forgotten about that. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you this. In that ball game, that home run, one of 33 he's hit in his entire major league career. He's much more pesky, moving runners around than as a table setter. Slider.
Nicely delivered right there by Scherzer. That's one that, boy, you can really set up a lot of hitters, Darren. If you can just throw that first pitch, get me over slider for a strike. That free one. And that's just going to make your fastball that much better. You're looking for a fastball, all of a sudden you see something different, so you take it. And it's a strike.
David hits a fly ball. That's an easy chance for Chris Young. He puts it away. Through 3, Max has thrown 61 pitches of shutout baseball. Manage your bill. And taking a ride out to our pool, heated up by our good friends with APS and the solar panels. Ride Now Power Sports Pool Cam. All the folks having a great time out there. Thanks to our good friends and our good partners this year. We thank them all year long. Ride Now Power Sports. Hello there, folks. Good to see you enjoying your time again. Hey, there they are. Hey, folks.
Hello.
Brandon Allen has that one missed low. For some reason they can't hear us tonight.
Microphones are down, I'm sure.
They almost always do. Hey, folks, how's it going? Let's say hello to all you folks out there. Slow curveball. He has broken that one out a little bit. 1-2. Remember, he threw one of those early to Mark Reynolds. Brandon, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. His last 8 games has 8 hits with a double and a homer. So seeing a little bit more success of late. And the 1-2 outside. Tired of waiting, he will step out for just a moment. using the entire field, something they'd like to see a lot more of. And that's when he's at his best. Chases a high fastball up and away.
Pitcher number 39, Max Scherzer.
So Allen is done, and don't you know that Correa feels good with a little bit of help from that one. One and 0 the count to Max Scherzer. Max can hit, by the way.
Can he?
I don't know if I told you that.
Well, he's not bad. Anytime you're over 200 as a starting pitcher, that's good.
Well, in his last 5 starts, you see, folks, he's walked a couple of times. He's 4 for his last 9. He scored a couple of runs. His on-base percentage is .545 in his last 5 starts.
Here's the 2-0 from Correa. Swung on and missed by Scherzer. Good fastball.
That's what we like to call here in the broadcast booth, denial play-by-play. Those are big league numbers. The 2-1. Look at Max Scherzer.
Attaboy, Darren Sutton. Attaboy, Max Scherzer.
You bet.
Show these offensive players how it's done. If they're not going to hit for you, go ahead and take care of your own business.
Here, here.
Center fielder, Chris Young.
Didn't try to do too much, just plays pepper. Right back up the box. Nicely done there by Scherzer.
So Max is on, and here's Chris Young. Young flied to center field in the first inning. Pitch is high and away. 1-0 the count to Chris. Two-seam fastball. Young not interested. 2-0 the count. Very interesting ball game in Denver, Colorado. St. Louis won. The Rockies won. 8th inning. Atlanta already victorious 4-1. It's not in the bag just yet. Swings right through that one.
Pitch about 6 inches off the plate. Young swinging.
Atlanta started play today 3.5 back. With the win, they are 3 back in the wild card. Should St. Louis help them out? That's 2.5 back in that wild card race. Young on the ground, setting. In time for the out is Headley. Had a lot of fun discussion over the last little while. Our good friends with Live Nation, Annie Zalesko. Well, Danny really talking about the Kenny Loggins concert. The Loggins and Messina show. Gracie talking a lot about it. 36929. We thought we'd bring it back. Again, he's at the Dodge Theater. That's October 17th. What is your favorite Kenny Loggins song? Is it Danger Zone, The House at Pooh Corner, Footloose, or now what's that? Who's Kenny Loggins at the bottom?
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I would imagine for most of our fans watching 50 years old or younger, probably don't know who
What are
Kenny
you
Loggins
talking
is.
about?
Ah, there he
50?
is. Oh, I love the white sport coat and the silver shimmering shirt. Not very big league.
The 1-0 to Stephen Drew. Slider is high. Dodge Theater.
Sequence.
Gracie, what's your favorite of those?
Is the song "House at Pooh Corner"? Is that the one where he says "I'm all right"?
No.
Yeah,
That's the Caddyshack
that's
theme.
my favorite Kenny Loggins song.
Yeah.
House at Pooh Corner. Are you kidding me?
Speaking of corner, into the corner it goes. That is a foul ball.
What's the House at Pooh Corner?
It almost is a. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys in the front with young ones. It's almost a bit of a pop music lullaby, if you will. Great kids song. It's really more geared towards kids.
You can feel excitement swelling in here for that concert.
Plenty of good seats available.
Yeah, for sure. The U2 was sold out. That's
yeah, U2
sort of the value of
definitely
doing the tickets.
Where is U2 playing, Todd?
At the home of the Arizona Cardinals. Not sure what it's called these days. But University of Phoenix Stadium.
Like it holds like 70,000.
Thousands, yeah.
Sold out.
Sold
out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
2-1 the count.
Hoggins and Messina.
Yeah, U2's all right. Don't nobody worry about them.
They'll be just fine.
Now that's my favorite Kenny Loggins song.
Really?
So E, whatever the name of that song.
Caddyshack theme. We'll just call it that. I'm sure it's called I'm All Right.
I don't know the name of it. So
I'm told Jason
I'm
Lewis,
All Right.
our producer, has contacted the folks at Fox Sports Net in Los Angeles, and they indeed have said it's I'm All Right.
I believe
and there's no gambling at Bushwood, sir.
And I never slice.
2-2 is fouled off. They also let Jason know that if he actually plays the song on the air, he's fired.
I think we had a nice play down underneath us, Darren Sutton.
Did we now?
Yeah, I think we did.
I don't know. Do we have technology on it, though?
I don't know if we do or not.
No.
But there was a
No contract done.
Good. I'll tell you what, my partner's been a little ornery tonight. Just letting everybody know at home. No contract, no proof.
Well, as soon as I see proof, then I'll consider. I'm told no proof. Sorry.
Huh? Tough luck.
2-2 the count.
Good catch, though.
Correa.
This is a battle. This is a battle.
Two balls and 2 strikes. The at-bat rolls on. Curveball there. Broke that one out, so now the count is full. Seven heading into 8 pitches in the at-bat. "36 pitches thrown as this one comes home to complete his 3rd inning should he work through it. Max has already thrown 61. Max stands out there in scoring position. The 3-2. Hot shot on the ground right to David Eckstein. Diamondbacks say I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me.
Plenty of good seats available.
Carl Gracie's coat there. in a season? It's a very good question. Curious what you think. Adrian Gonzalez hits at this moment this year with 39.
Well, I know one of them.
Okay.
Greg Bond.
Ooh, very good. Max fires that one in. 2-0 the count.
Probably waiting for my text to start lighting up, Darren. I'm sure yours will too.
Sure, Matt will send one in. He'll get his thumbs working. Send you one as the changeup is away. It's a good question, though. I like it.
And just like clockwork, Darren. Here it is from Matt Williams. Tim Flannery.
Matt guesses Tim Flannery. Okay, so Tim Flannery. Good man.
Good coach for the Giants now. But it really wasn't much of a power hitter.
Just got a text from Digger, Ken Digger Phelps.
He usually comes up with something.
He could hit some homers himself,
yeah,
huh?
He's a big power hitter himself. You know they stick together. What did he come up with?
He wants to guess David Eckstein.
David Eckstein? Are you kidding me? Digger. He's got one this year.
It was a big one.
Yeah, it made us go 18 innings.
I think that's a pretty good guess. He does play for the Padres, and he has hit a homer in his career. Oh, too hot shot, not able to be flagged there by Allen, so that one rolls. Runners are on first and third of these San Diego Padres. Now they're in business. Headley, 2 for 2. He was 1 for 7 against Max coming in.
Pretty good pitch, and looked like Brandon Allen just whiffed it. Looked like it was just a two-hopper to the backhand side, and he just missed it. It'll go as a base hit. But that's a play Brandon will tell you he needs to make that play in turn 2 rather than that one getting by. And that's just a backhand pretty much right in his tracks. So once again, some defense not being played here by the Diamondbacks. And it won't show up in the box score. It's all of a sudden like that, a 1-0 ball game.
Out in front of a changeup, Venable drives in a run, and as mentioned, 1-0 San Diego for Venable, 38 RBIs. Since July 30th, Will has raised his average from 204 to now 275. Montero out to talk things over. Just got a text on the trivia question from Greg Swindell. He's guessing on the 40 home run guys. He wants to guess the pride of Joliet, Illinois. Greg went in depth in this text. He says in 1971, Ed Spezia went over the mark. That's Scott's stats.
Well, I don't think Scott or Ed combined got to 40 home runs. Boy, Zeke going way back in time.
One and one to count with Oscar Salazar. Struck out back in the second inning. Well, when given his opportunity, has taken it and ran with it this year. Salazar, a guy who a little bit of big league time with Detroit in 02 and then spent a half decade in the minor leagues before getting back to Baltimore in 08. Now comes back up this season and doing a whole bunch of hitting in 50 games, hitting 300, grounds that one. There's one, there's two. That is a huge double play. Had Salazar reaching out for that one, giving himself up.
Beautifully done there by Ryan Roberts and Stephen Drew. Taylor made, but look at the good backhanded flip right on the button to Stephen Drew, and he takes care of the rest. Nicely done by the two middle infielders.
So 2 outs. And as that one dives down and away. Got a text message from Alan Zinter wants to guess.
Wow. What's Alan up to?
No, he didn't say what he's up to. He
Probably
wants,
down in Tucson somewhere.
He wants to go with Daryl Thomas.
Daryl Thomas played for the Padres.
Line drive into the gap in left center field. Nick Hundley picking him up and putting him down. And Hundley with a double. And 30 RBIs on the year. He's been rolling, as we talked about earlier. His last 10 games has 11 hits, hitting around 400.
Well, the double play wasn't made earlier in the inning. And the San Diego Padres have made Max Scherzer and the Diamondbacks pay with some big hits. 2-0 ball game. And they're looking to add on.
Change up, it's a strike. 0-1 the count to Everth Cabrera. You better look out with this young man. He puts it on the ground, you're in big trouble. Better be right at someone. He can absolutely fly. Lifts that one. That's what we're talking about. Daryl Thomas.
The old Padre uniforms.
Oh, and 2 the count. There it is, right down the middle there. But the Padres went to hit. There was a walk. There were 3 hits. A couple of big RBIs. Diamondbacks got some work to do. River Casinos is they're ready to get some cash out of it. A D-back home run. It's the Gila River Casinos hit and win sign in this inning. A lucky fan watching, $780,000. The jackpot grows by $10,000 each time it goes unclaimed. /hit and win, dbacks.com/hit and win. Gil Hernandez is our contestant. We've got some home run hitters for you this inning as well.
Yeah.
Montero and Reynolds. Or visit winGilaRiver.com as well. Again, the end of October, the brand new hotel and casino at Wild Horse Pass.
And speaking of home runs, I want to give a shout out to our friends down at Cactus Corn for hooking us up again with some great pecans and almonds and popcorn. Mike and Sharon, thank you all year long. The best popcorn in the business. There they are, right there in the main concourse.
Not that Petco Park stuff they've been serving up out there. This is real Arizona popcorn.
Dog food. And this is like Arizona Cactus Corn.
Bouncer right back through the box. Justin Upton is on. It's unbelievable. Just all I got to do is get you going. Our Aflac Trivia Club.
Drop in the quarter.
Name the only 3 Padres with 40 or more home runs in a single season. How about Ken Caminetti somewhere?
He had to have done it, didn't he? Oh, I forgot about our old buddy Phil Nevin.
Phil Nevin. Now he's your buddy.
He is my buddy. Greg Vaughn, Fitty.
Here's Miguel Montero. Come on, hit it here, guys. We're running out of chances here at home. Go ahead. Probably need a few runs, actually.
That would be a big time. That's a lot of glue.
That's a true blue diehard fan.
We love you for it, honey. Tell you what, Justin Upton could probably steal a base. Correa slow to the plate.
Change up as well. 2-0 the count to Miguel Montero. Mark Reynolds waits. All right, Gil Hernandez. We're going to do it for you. We're all in. Miguel. He's hoping to do it for you. For himself as well. The 2-0. Good pitch. A slider grabs the outside corner. 2-1 the count.
Very good pitch right there on 2-0.
Cardinals, Rockies, bottom of the 9th inning, still tied at 1. Colorado has the runner on first, the winning run with nobody out. Keep an eye. Runner on the move there. Justin had taken off that time. 2-2.
Was on the move. Looked like it was a hit and run because that was a pitch out of the zone that Miguel had to swing at.
Maybe we can find a way to get a few bucks for you, Gil, together if the sign isn't hit. I think between Grace and I, we have like $13 we'll give you.
Yeah, I'm sitting on about 4.
Oh, well, then it's $4 you get. 2-2 the count. In on the hands, off the mound, only play is to first. It is made. And so Upton in scoring position for Mark Reynolds. Mark struck out, and he saw everything back in the second inning. Fastball, slider, slow curveball. Mark was 3 for 12 in that Giants series. Struck out 5 times, had a double and a homer. There it is. We're going to get it there.
Miguel just missed it.
Again, Atlanta beat Washington 4-1. The 1-0. Bouncing ball, charging. He got him out for the slider, and making the play over there is Headley. See if Gerardo Parra can drive this run in. May not have the power. Oh, he can.
He's hit with runners in scoring position this year.
All year long. 2-0 the score. San Diego leads it. Bouncing ball, and the Diamondbacks will come up. We're sorry, by the way, Gil. We're very sorry. We wanted to give you that money. Well, Gila did. We have $4.
But as I mentioned at the top of the telecast, I'm on a quest here tonight. This is my last broadcast with you this year. And there's a story that I wanted to update, something we talked about at the very beginning of this season and chronicled on the first edition of the 10th inning. Diamondback superfan, our friend. So one happened to Mark Reynolds. And Frank Gennaro is here. And you remember we went to Frank's house, and it's better than most museums that I have ever been to. There's more Diamondbacks memorabilia there than I have ever seen, compiled all together in Frank's house, chronicled, by the way, in a register. And you see the numbers there. Frank has broken it down. It's the streak. It's simply unbelievable. He's never missed a home game in the history of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Frank, where do we stand right now? Our graphic shows what might happen on Sunday, but where are we right now tonight?
Today's game 987.
987, and you're coming up on a milestone, 1,000, huh?
April 24th, 2010. That's a big game for me. Game 1,000.
Any close calls this summer? Any like hot water heaters blowing up or flat tires or anything like that?
No, everything's been good. I did have my 25th wedding anniversary on Tuesday. But
so you went out to dinner in a hotel, maybe a weekend in Sedona?
No, we were here. My wife was sitting right in this empty chair next to me.
Right here.
Absolutely.
How'd that go over?
It went over pretty well. I had surprised her with a trip to Hawaii for 2. So
in the middle of next season?
No, it's in January. Well, in between both seasons.
We're proud of you, Frank.
Thank you. It's been fun. It really has. Still good baseball on the field, you know.
I know. 987 straight games.
987 straight. That includes the regular season as well as the postseason games.
We stole your car. You can't go home tonight.
I
let all the air out of your tires at your house.
You know what? I'll be here tomorrow anyway. I might as well just sleep in the chair. It doesn't matter.
We're going to lock you in, Frank. Sunday's not going to happen. You're never going to make it.
I'll be here Sunday, too.
Break the windows and, okay, all right. I know you'll be here. I wanted to congratulate. Thanks for letting me hang with you this year, Frank. It's been a pleasure charting this story. And for 1,000, we hope to be there for you, okay?
I'll be here. You know that.
The plaque and Quito City. And then I'm going to let the water out of your hot water heater, and you have to go home and stay there for 3 days. 1001 is not happening, Frank. You got that?
I got a plumber.
It has to end, Frank. Okay, Cal Ripken had to stop.
Not in sight right yet.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Thanks, Frank. Have a great offseason, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. I appreciate it.
Mr. Walsh, you kidding me? It's good to see you, Frank. He's one of the best guys. Super fan, #1, Frank Gennaro.
That's great, Todd. Thanks for following that, too, for us. Approaching 1,000 consecutive games. Love the game of baseball. That is wonderful. I think we need to go to his house this winter, Gracie. Todd got to go. See all that great
Todd
memorabilia?
used to go to all the fun places. Mom always did like him best.
I think that's the case. I mean, think about it, Gracie. You and I weren't sitting down with the good friend of the show and Senator John McCain. That was Todd.
Well,
you know,
Todd wasn't. Are you talking about back in '03?
Well,
the one we
actually,
saw
today,
or 2 days
this
ago?
year. I mean, this year he sat down with him again. He goes to all the places, concert tickets, guys' houses.
I'm still waiting on him to give those U2 lyrics.
I'm listening to. I've been listening closely.
I want to hear those, and I've got him on speed tweet.
Speed tweet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Well said by you.
Love is a temple. Love is the higher law. Sorry.
No, those weren't it. That's
no.
That's not it, Gracie. It sounded
got
similar.
him. I'm waiting. I thought that. No, that's not it.
We need to go to that guy's house, Todd. Can we go over there?
Frank just invited us over for ZD.
Oh man!
And I think what we should do is schedule it for like 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night for a home game. It has to end.
Well, here's when I think we should go. I think we should go see Frank, and to be a good host, you have to be home, right? We'll be there tomorrow night, 5 o'clock.
I agree.
At his house.
I agree. No TV tomorrow, so
we'll listen to the game on the radio.
Wouldn't it be funny just to see if we could keep him away?
And you know what we'll do, just to, we'll actually sit on his couch and do the game.
Well, that's reason for him to go to the game, though. I mean, why do you think he comes to all these games?
That's a very good point. It's very, well, that's a tough one to answer.
Boy, you could stay home and listen to Gracie and Sut. They're the best. Yeah, that's why I go to the games.
Yes, sir. Honey, got to go to the game.
You know, he takes the train in quite a bit.
Does he?
Maybe we should put him on the wrong train.
Wow, now that's a good idea.
I've been there.
Spin him around a few times, put blindfold on.
Todd, were you in New York when I got on the wrong train?
I was, yeah. Yep.
Oh boy, I could tell you some stories.
It's like the 4, 5, and 6, and they all go under the bridge. They all go under the water, and then they break. And you got on one that
it broke. All right.
Broke to the right instead of straight up to Yankee Stadium. It was a good time for you, though. Good times were had by all. 2-2 the count. So tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Frank's house. You folks are welcome to stop by as well. The 2-2. Huge. I mean, huge jump. That one, as much as Miguel has struggled throwing, this is on Max.
Well, without a doubt. Golly, that was about a 10-step break in Darren. More things change, the more they stay the same. Max Scherzer, with 2 outs in the 5th inning, is about to deliver pitch number 100.
Which means his gas tank starting to head towards empty.
I mean, he's thrown the ball well tonight. He's given up 2 runs.
The 3-2 with 2 outs. Belted into right field. How big is that stolen base now? The little things in the game that can play so large on the scoreboard. David Eckstein feeling it. You know what? He's ignoring me. I'm gone. Gonzalez drives in a run.
Yeah, it all starts with a 2-out walk, then a memory lapse. He doesn't pay attention. Eckstein steals it, and then he gets beat with a changeup. On 3-2 to Gonzalez. So Max Scherzer, 100 pitches into it, down 3-zip.
We've talked a lot about the wild card. The wild card lead for Colorado will stay at 3.5 games because they have now defeated St. Louis, bottom of the 9th, on a sac fly walkout, 3.5 games. But very interesting now in the American League Central. Detroit has already lost, as you see the standings there for the wild card. Detroit has already lost 2-0 to the Chicago White Sox and Jake Peavy in that ball game. Minnesota is leading Kansas City 8-4. So that lead could be 2 games when both clubs wake up in the morning. with 4 left against one another next week. Yeah, that's too bad for the Twins. 1-0 the count. Slider is fouled off. Now we kid around with that, but the Tigers have played pretty well. They've held them off. They've won 4 in a row prior to that. Make you a little nervous.
Minnesota's just decided they're not going to lose another game. We lead the league in love, Dan.
Slider. Look how happy Greg's in. The ballpark.
Nothing big about that.
Falling in love all over again at the ballpark.
Strike 3, but not before Adrian Gonzalez provides another run for the San Diego Padres. 3-0 Pods.
Senior House, 5 o'clock ZD. Mike Scott gets it done. A no-hitter against the San Francisco Giants, clinching the National League West title for the Houston Astros. Mike Scott.
Will Clark didn't hit the dry side.
What?
Oh,
come on now.
boy, Mike Scott fastball. You could hear the rubber bands going.
Come on now.
I mean, he'd take a chisel out. He'd jackhammer a baseball.
Gracie.
I think he learned from one of the best. Your dad.
How did he? I don't think so.
Hello?
I don't think so. Might have learned from another one of the best. Mr. Ryan.
Yeah?
That was his teammate for a while. Come on now. Mike Scott's from Pepperdine. He produced Dan. That school produced Dan Herron. Say that about Dan?
I'm not saying about Dan.
Oh, there it is, folks. As that one is rolled out to short on a backhand. In time for the out.
Diamondbacks already have 3 hits. And Correa, 51 pitches. There's your difference, Darren. 51 pitches for Correa.
West high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. Correa getting up and above his average fastball. Max a tick below. One and 0 the count. Slider is away. 2-0 the count. Two and one to Brandon Allen. 3-0. San Diego leads it. Allen struck out on a high fastball. Thought about chasing that one there. Instead, the count runs to 3-1. 5 hits for the Padres, 3 for the Diamondbacks. As that one stays up and away. They continue to fall in love. Just happy at the ball game. What it's all about there. Got the Fox Sports Arizona hat on. That'll do it every time. Really want to have the ladies have the big crush on you. Wear the Fox Sports Arizona gear. In on the hands, bouncing ball. Eckstein looks to get to the bag. On to first. Romero is erased. A fine play by David Eckstein after the walk. Through 5. The Padres 3, the Diamondbacks nothing. Just enough, David Eckstein. Always just enough. This 3G network, AT&T, your world delivered.
Yankees and D-backs all getting along.
Look at that apple, boy.
That looks big league, doesn't it?
Had a couple of those in the booth the last few times. Man, does that look good. Think he likes that?
I think there is. That apple has no chance of surviving one more inning.
Certainly its chocolate skin has no chance. We'll see how much apple he gets to. That's great. Leo Rosales goes to work. Trying to get some offense. Hitting for Max, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 104 pitches. There was a time through the outing tracking it where Max saw his ERA drop to an even 4.00. And don't you know that with a couple of innings added on to this total and fewer runs allowed, he was hoping to finish the season in the 3s. He won't do that. His ERA 4.12, and he also won't win for the 10th time. 2-1 the count. He's got some work to do, as his manager talked about heading into next season. 2-2 the count. But a skipper needs him. And there's no doubt you need a. Well, you know what else you need? You might need a way to find a spot for Brandon Webb, and you hope to find some help for him as well, as that's a base hit. And Venable picks it up. A lot of the unknown surrounding Brandon.
There's still a lot that needs to be done for Brandon Webb to remain a Diamondback.
It's interesting. There's been a lot written lately. If I were the Diamondbacks, writes one writer, I'd do this. And Webb asked to respond, what if they did this? Well, here's what I'd say. What if they did that? Well, here's what I'd say. Neither one of them have sat down at a table and talked yet. So right now it's all speculation.
Right. It's a moot point right now.
And they will. But they haven't yet. It gets to the point where it does get a little bit silly, because it is almost portrayed as this is what has gone on step by step. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has happened at all.
The 0-1. Bouncing ball, trying to get two. First, that is a double play. Those are like Brandon rolls up when he's getting his ground ball outs. Let's listen to the skipper for the Diamondbacks as he talks on the subject, not contracts, but just looking forward and hoping to have Brandon Webb back.
You know, Brandon Webb and his contract situation is going to be, you know, priority number one this offseason. There's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of curiosity about what this organization is going to do. You know, I hope he's healthy, number one, and number two, I hope he's, you know, wearing a Diamondbacks uniform, because going into the openers next season, and we're facing the San Diego Padres, and we can roll out the likes of Dan Herron, Brandon Webb, and Max Scherzer. You know, I like our chances in a series when we've got those three guys going.
But you talk about the first name, the name he mentioned first, and that's no offense to that man. He's had an all-star season from front to back. But he is a better pitcher when Webb is in the rotation with him.
Yeah, Brandon Webb makes everybody better. Nice inning here from Leo Rosales.
Mark Reynolds just thumbs it on across the diamond. Leo. Yeah. And that's where we stand. Fourth and the fifth innings, 3 runs combined, with Venable, with Hundley, and Gonzalez driving in the runs. Meantime, Kevin Correa is just fine, thank you very much. The pride of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Went to junior college in the San Diego area down at Grossmont Junior College. That one bounces in there. 1-0 the count to Chris Young. I told you, Correa, last 4 starts, ERA below 2. A high slider, but he gets the strike call. 1-1 the count. The 1-1. I tell you, Gracie, the guys are getting closer to tacos if they just can get the first run.
There's 6 away. You're right. Knocking on the door.
3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day. We appreciate Taco Bell, and we thank them for that. There's a strike. The awkward check swing there. 2-2 the count. Chris 0 for 2. In 14, make it 15 games against the Padres. 10 hits, hitting about 205 this year against San Diego. That one is high.
Wow. Took a slider right down the middle for strike 3.
I want to remind you that Diamondbacks fans being rewarded for renewing, and that's a good thing. Yesterday, Scott Miller won the VIP Fiesta Bowl package, and tonight, Brandon Richter won breakfast and an in-studio visit with KTAR's Doug and Wolf. If you're a season ticket holder, just 1 day left to be one of the next winners of 30 prizes in 30 days. For a complete list of winners, as Steven takes a strike, visit dbacks.com/STH. A chance to be in studio with Doug and Wolf. How about that? Two and 0 the count. Justin Upton waits on deck. He is singled. He has flied to right field. The 2-0. 2-1 the count. He's still working now. Let's see, where's he at? Some of that apple's been eaten. Stay tuned. We'll keep an eye. The 2-1 is low. 3-1 the count. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Padres. They've stranded 4. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Diamondbacks. They've stranded 3. Stephen Drew lines it to center field. There to make the play is Tony Gwynn, 22 years old. Justin Upton. Do we take him for granted already, even though he's so young? Listen to his manager talk about his right fielder.
I think we get used to his dominance, and we forget that he's not 26, 27, 28 years old, and his youthful mistakes come out every now and then, and we get upset, we get frustrated, we get passionate about what he's doing, and you realize that his peer group's in AA. His peer group is just now getting to the big leagues, whereas he's accomplished so much at such a young age.
His peer group is in AA. Kids that played college, draftees that took the normal path to the big leagues. 1-1 the count. Heck, he was playing in the National League Championship Series, trying to balance things all the way back in 07 at 19. Well, that's what his peer group's doing. That's what they were doing when he was busy trying to help the Diamondbacks beat the Rockies, or help them for sure beat the Cubs.
Well,
That one is outside.
when you're the first player picked in the draft, do you even have a peer group?
It's hard to say. So many have failed and not gotten there as quickly as he had. Out of high school.
Yeah.
No, but you're an elite player. Buried that fastball in. Kevin Correa. Roll. Side of the box, and guys getting spun around. Hey, now, look out, spinning around. Kevin Correa doing really some spin. There's one, there's two, and a second time around made a fine play there. Kevin Correa thinking outside of the box. Leo Rosales completes his warm-up tosses. Rosales, by the way, and Luke Carlin, Diamondbacks catcher, are coming to a free baseball clinic tomorrow at Grand Canyon. A free clinic, Diamondbacks Grand Canyon getting together, learn the game, learn it the right way. In the morning, ages 6 to 13 from 9 to 11. Again, in the morning, 6 to 13, 9 to 11. In the afternoon, the teenagers, 13 to 18, noon to 2. You youngsters that are heading into high school baseball or high school baseballers already, get on out there right around lunchtime at Grand Canyon from noon to 2. Now it's baseball and softball. Log on to dbacks.com to register. No cost. Play baseball and enjoy it. Well, that's good stuff there, and good for Leo, giving up some of his time to go out there and spend some time with young baseball players. Luke Carlin as well. I like that. I like that a lot. As that one is rolled foul. Oh, and 2 the count to Everth Cabrera. They are still in love. They just continue to fall. The 0-2. 1-2. Wouldn't chase on the changeup. Everth from Nicaragua. The 10th Nicaraguan to reach the major leagues. Of course, Dennis Martinez, one of the most famed Nicaraguans to make it. Vicente Padilla.
El Capitan.
Ooh. One of the guys that Cabrera looked up to. Marvin Bernard, his countryman.
You know what I said, El Capitan? No. Dennis Martinez was El Presidente. That's what it was. That was his nickname. Oh, this week, Fox NFL Sunday returns as Matt Ryan and the Falcons head to New England to take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. Coverage begins Sunday with America's #1 pregame show at 9 a.m. only on Fox. Oh, and then later that evening, oh, what a beatdown it's going to be out at University of Phoenix Stadium.
How about that?
Oh, what a beatdown. Yep, the Arizona Cardinals, your Arizona Cardinals. Going to make Peyton Manning wish he was never born.
Really?
I mean, Sunday's going to be a really tough day to be a Colt. It's not a tough night to be Kevin Correa.
No, it's not. He's 1 for 3, his 7th hit of the year. So Correa, 1 for 3 again, 7 for 52, and his spins and turns this one around.
Just a hanging slider right there, bang. That's how you do it.
Well, Minnesota just about done with Kansas City. 9-4 the score in that ball game. Minnesota looking to be just 2 games back of Detroit in the American League Central. Tony Gwynn. Bouncing ball. Drew. Flip. Turning. Threw it away. Fortunately, it hit that screen fence right out in front of the dugout.
Nice effort there from the boys up the middle. Roberts does everything he can, but he just a little wide with the throw. And it stayed in play, so no extra advancement for Tony Gwynn Jr.
Hey, by the way, they are done in Kansas City. The Twins are just 2 games back.
2 games? Is that what it is?
2 games back in the standings as Clay Zavato warms. Carl Pavano won for the 13th time this year.
Which surprises me. That surprises me a lot. I didn't think there was much left in the tank for big Carl Pavano. But instead, with the Cleveland Indians and the Minnesota Twins, he had himself a nice year, didn't he?
Had a very nice year. Higher ERA. I mean, his ERA is nearly 4.9, but he's won 13 times.
Yeah.
Ron Mayhay behind him, Valley resident, through a scoreless frame. Taking off. Throw. Not in time.
And the throwing struggles continue from Miguel Montero. Got a good pitch to throw on. Rosales got it to him quickly, but watch it sail up and away. And that allows Gwynn to slide in safely.
One and two the count. Well, the Twins are just at it again tonight, by the way. Even
without Justin Morneau.
Going all the way back, Gracie, to what we saw as a visiting team being swept in first place as a first-place Diamondbacks club last year in interleague play. As that one is low. And when I say at it again, they didn't have many opportunities with runners in scoring position. Kansas City had 10. Kansas City was 1 for 10. Minnesota was 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
I think by far the best team hitting with runners in scoring position is the Minnesota Twins, right?
That would be my guess. And they hit a lot like that with runners in scoring position. They just put it on the ground. They don't try to do too much. What a huge run. What a great piece of manufacturing a run there by the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, this is winning baseball the Padres are playing. They're putting the pressure. They're trying to steal bases. They're not just trying to go station to station. Making the Diamondbacks make plays. The inability to throw runners out. And the ability to get the big 2-out hits with runners in scoring position. That's winning baseball.
4-0 Padres. two back behind the Tigers in the Central, and of course the Rockies. You see what they did with the 9th inning walk-off win over the Cardinals. Our good friends and partners with FreeCreditReport.com. And that is how it shapes up. San Francisco losing farm-grown Clay Savannah.
I like that sign.
Cubs leading San Francisco 1-0. Top of the 6th inning. Breaking ball, strike one. Johnny Depp is on the mound. Oh wait, no, it's Zavada.
Wow, Johnny Depp. Look how far Clay Zavada's come. From Streeter to Johnny Depp.
Starring in big Disney movies.
I'm telling you.
Hundreds of millions of dollars on the pirate ship.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Ah, Clay. We'll see you in Hollywood, son. Making big bucks. Hanging out with actresses.
Big shift was on. Look at Eckstein. All the way to third base. Think the San Diego club cares? Think they know that they have no chance? Well, they do, but they're not playing like it.
Just bang right back up the box. I love the way they're playing.
Right off Zavada. Off down throw. Nice play to get out of it. Zavada looks to be okay as he trots off the field. Another run, and they earned that one.
The World Series winner. So stick around, guys, for the post-game shows. We send it back to you, our text poll, and we understand this is our most popular text poll of the entire season. Kenny Loggins, by the way, born in Everett, Washington. He co-wrote What a Fool Believes with Michael McDonald. Didn't know that.
Plenty of good seats available.
Miguel Montero, line drive and a base hit into center field. Going to get things going.
All right, Darren, come on, let's go. I'm not going to let you catch this thing, man. Let's go. Come on. Gonna stay right on top of you. I'm not going to let you mope around up here. Come on.
All right. Here's Mark Reynolds. Unbelievably insulted by our text poll. Real funny, folks. Real funny.
We've got some knowledgeable fans.
Line drive double play. That's a tough break. So now Gerardo Parr. Grounded out a couple of times. As that one dives low, 1-0 the count. Parr hit .298 in June. By the time it was August, he was hitting .315, hit .339 so far this month. Slider. 1-2. The 1-2. Bouncing ball, diving attempt, and into the hole it goes past David Eckstein. So a couple of singles in this inning. Unfortunately, you're looking at a man at first with 2 outs after that double play. Here's Ryan Roberts.
Kevin Correa here in the 2 outs in the 7th inning is about to deliver his 80th pitch. You talk about efficient.
He's only walked 1. Struck out just 4.
And it's one of those things where Max Scherzer has 10 times the stuff of Kevin Correa. But Correa has found a way to throw a lot of strikes. He's got a very aggressive Diamondbacks team making a lot of first and second pitch outs. Whereas the Padres really made Max work.
1-2 the count. We were talking about timely hits, how the Twins had a bunch of them tonight. Twins this year hitting .275 with runners in scoring position, 4th in the American League. Minnesota had 3 bases loaded walks tonight. Bouncing ball on the backhand, and a stab throw in time for the out. Padres 4, Diamondbacks nothing. SDNSports.com. Grab your bag. It is on. Clay Zavada about to go to work. Mark Grace.
Yes.
Darren Sutton.
Oh.
Hello. And Todd Walsh. Great year, Todd.
Fabulous year, Todd.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you for saying that. It was a pleasure. It was a unique journey. This was not easy.
No.
It never is when things go the way they went, but
we learned a lot, didn't we?
Yes, and I love what A.J. Hinch said today. You played that soundbite. I'm sure you'll play it again in Chicago. What he's going to remind his team on the last day. I know you want to forget it, but I hope you learn from it. And we watched some things transpire this year that made us all sort of pause and wonder at times and reflect. But we watched the evolution of this franchise continue, and I'm just honored to be with you guys to see how you approach that. Thanks for letting me into your world.
Oh gosh, thanks,
Todd. You're one of the best in the business, and it was our pleasure, my friend.
Well,
all the pregame shows were a lot of fun. Yeah, exactly. To put it easily, it was you're not only a co-worker, but you're also a friend.
Well, that means a lot, and thank you for saying that. And it wasn't easy when I got called off this last road trip to San Francisco and Chicago with an off day to go to Clay Zavada's house on Saturday.
Well, we're going to be there.
I know, and that breaks my heart.
Keys to the farm and everything. We're going to do crazy eights on the tractor.
Sure. So you go to get there. You got to go down Rush Street and then go to the lodge, right?
Yes.
And then you go down.
Just keep going from there.
From there.
From there.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Probably end there.
Tavern on Rush.
Yeah. Go to Gibson's maybe.
Gibson's for a steak, maybe even Ditka's.
For the limo.
Go see the coach at Ditka's.
Sure.
Now then you're never going to make it to Streeter. That's exactly what will happen. But thank you, Todd. From
thank you.
From the interviews to the openness that they let us have,
yes,
to the conversation that the three of us had deep into the night having sushi in New York.
I do recall that.
We look forward to the future.
That was sushi, huh?
It was sushi, and it was good. Popped up, and look out down in there. But some incredible interviews you've had. The way you reach out to fans and involve them in our show, we couldn't thank you enough.
Well, and I appreciate you guys embracing our little show called The 10th Inning as well.
Oh, it's a wonderful show.
You did a great job with that.
The last one with Senator McCain talking about his love affair, his lifelong love affair with baseball, I think is something you guys will enjoy.
Brandon Allen is there. He puts it away.
And very quickly, Mark, you are covering the World Series.
Yes.
How about that?
The ALCS, and the World Series.
How about that?
I just wanted to leave you my card. It's got my email. Yeah, no problem. That's me right there. There you go.
Okay, thank you, Todd.
Could be.
I will certainly put that right next to your number in my speed dial.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for the card.
Should you be in New York, feel free.
And you know what? I'll be watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't want to work anymore. I'll be watching.
Oh, I don't want to work either.
Oh, you just want to go.
I want
to hang out. Are you kidding me? No, I want to hang out.
The 0-1. 1-1 the
What
count.
if it's Boston?
I'm not going.
Not going?
No, that's not happening.
Yeah, you guys talk all you want. You get your tickets. There we go. That's what our sign was talking about earlier. I'm all in.
How long is that drive from the lodge? I know it's a little bit further away from the hotel in Chicago.
Well, depends which lodge we're talking about.
From the lodge to Streeter?
Yeah.
About an hour and 30 minutes.
No, it's not.
Days away.
Or 9 beers.
The 1-2. Popped up to the right side. Allen gives it a look. By the way, it promises to be that World Series.
Yeah.
Where he'll be either in Minnesota or Colorado. We can go visit him in either spot.
Oh, you're counting out Detroit, huh?
They're out.
Okay.
It was tough for him.
They're not restoring the roar. It's done.
Oh no. The roar is restored.
Cross-pollinated.
Both at Comerica and at Ford Field.
Zavada, another terrific outing.
Thank you, Todd. We will continue to follow your lead and follow the roadmap that you put together for us as we make our way down from Chicago all the way down to Streator. Oh, yeah. Our Nova Home Loans in-game box score, and tough cookings tonight for the Diamondbacks as they look to try to find a way against Kevin Correa, who has never thrown a complete game. As you can see what is going on, has never thrown a shutout, and he is speeding towards both.
6 outs away. He has thoroughly dominated this D-back lineup. Really hadn't been threatened.
He has had clean innings in the second and the third, faced a minimum in the fifth, clean inning in the sixth, as the 1-1 is outside. 2-1 the count. Kevin this year has thrown 7 or more innings in a ball game, 5 of 31 starts. Well, he has completed 7 in this one.
Nice pitch right to the outside corner.
It's been a big pitch for him. Ball behind.
A little backdoor slider. Good call.
He just feels comfortable.
This guy signed a minor league contract. End up, trying to make a team that has Jake Peavy and Chris Young. Well, those guys are no longer around. Correa is the guy that's taken the bull by the horns this year. Been terrific. Boy, is he finishing strong.
3-2. Got him. He missed his spot there with the smile. He knows he got away with one. That was again that backdoor slider. He overthrew it. Hovered right out over the plate, but sometimes those ugly sliders are just as effective.
Yeah, it's up and out of the zone. Brandon Allen just swings right through it.
Here's Chad Tracy. Stick with us right here. Post-game coverage. Gracie and I will join the guys. And Chad Tracy takes strike one. The veteran at 227, 6 home runs, 34 batted in. Popped it up. Cabrera called off. Good communication there as Oscar Salazar puts that one away. Don't forget, the Augie bobblehead is now at Chase Field. If you received an Augie bobblehead voucher on September 12th, you can redeem it this weekend at Chase Field in the Picnic Pavilion. For more information, visit dbacks.com/where'saugie. Here's Chris Young. 0-1. It's been a tough finish for Chad Tracy. He wished it would have gone better. As that one has popped up on the infield. That's unfortunately been a regular occurrence as well. 1, 2, 3.
Well, certainly been a walk in the park for Kevin Correa tonight. He's going to hit for himself. He'll be the second hitter due up. He's going for that complete game shutout, something he's never done in his career, Darren Sutton. Never.
No, he's never gotten there. A disappointing night tonight. There's no doubt about that. As Daniel Cabrera goes to work against Everth Cabrera. That pitch is in. Now, despite their similarities in size and stature, these two are not brothers.
They're not?
No. I mean, if you were to stand them side by side, they'd look like twins. Exact same height.
Right at the bottom of the kneecaps there, Cabrera. You see the similarities. It's actual size, folks.
Of course, the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, as we spoke of. That pitch is low from Daniel. Trying to make a name for himself. Cabrera really struggled in the minor leagues once he signed, and just was given a spot on the roster and struggled first couple of times out, and then that's changed. Although a walk to the speediest base runner is going to be a tough way to start it. I'm guessing Everett is off to the races here.
As he should be. Oh, I love the jester hat. One of my favorites.
Here's Kevin Correa asked to bunt. By the way, Wade LeBlanc against Dan Herron tomorrow. And you can see how successful he has been. And then on Sunday, Edward Mojica against Catfish. As Billy goes to work. Gracie likes to call him one of the better nicknames.
And it is. Thank you.
Love missing Dan Herron on TV. That's always fun.
That's right. We miss him.
Throw it down. There he goes. He's out. Got him that time.
Got him that time. Nicely done by Cabrera, giving Miguel Montero a chance. And a really nice tag on the other end by Stephen Drew. He throws short hops. Miguel comes out of the chute nicely. Throws short hops. And I think the Diamondbacks got a big break right there. I mean, Cabrera easily got in there, as you can see.
Wow.
But Tim Timmons,
the
pastor, calls him out, and the Diamondbacks will take it.
One of the better nicknames. There he is. Good umpire. Been at it a long time. Diamondbacks, maybe a little break there, though. Pop foul, look out, pal. That one rockets down below. A great effort there by Gracie, reaching across in front of Greg Schulte's booth. Neither one of them came up with it as it was up above. Good job, both you guys. Good effort by both of you. Swinging right through it. That's strike three. Good try, Gracie.
It was. I'm disappointed in myself and the governor over there.
Well, honestly, if either one of you would have reached your hand up and out in front of that sign, you'd have no hand anymore.
That's true. It would have hurt, and
Yes,
it would have hurt bad.
It would have hurt. You gave it all you had.
Short of leaping out. Nah, don't want to do that.
That pitch is low. There it is.
Wow. Not the Brandon Webb 17, the Grace 17. That was the legit autograph, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Watch, see, we'll do it across.
Wow. That one is nubbed foul.
There's the Webb 17 in the San Francisco Giant colors. Is that tampering? Would that be considered tampering?
Absolutely it is.
Those dastardly Giants trying to go Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain, and Brandon Webb now.
I've been hearing about that, Gracie. That could have been an all-star jersey or it's tampering. One or the other.
I think it's tampering.
Okay. The 2-2. Bouncing ball. Brandon's got this one. 1, 2, 3. Nice job, Daniel Cabrera to the bottom of the ninth. The Padres 4, the D-backs nothing. Attention assist to the game. Those are the moments that have made our night. Unfortunately for the boys in white, all the great moments have been in the seats. As that pitches
well
away. 1-0 the count.
Hasn't been much to get excited about for Diamondback fans tonight.
There's been a lot of love. Fathers and daughters, couples.
Those two.
Very much in love. The 1-1. Steven on the ground. David Eckstone. 1 out. So tonight, by the way, is our final night of the season as well for our good friend, the brains behind the operation, Scott Snyder.
This is last game.
This is it. He's going off to be with the NFL. He's going to Detroit. He is going to be with Tommy.
Restore the roar.
He's going to help restore the roar.
That barn burner against the Redskins this weekend, huh?
Absolutely. As Justin takes a pitch low, and all year long he's taken abuse from us. He's hiding, by the way.
And we want to thank him. He had a terrible year.
And we up here would be nothing without him. And we appreciate all he does.
That's a good way of putting it, Derek.
He's our conscience. He's our research specialist. He is the guy who keeps us humble, which is a very hard job. Very, very hard job.
And most importantly, he's one of our dear friends.
He's a good friend. So you'll never see him.
And we give him a lot of guff. But it's fun.
Chasing in, and that one drops in there, so a base hit. So thank you, Studley. Despite the terrible year, you have been the rock in the booth. And that's enough on that.
That hurt.
And get to Detroit. Get that win for the Lions. Beat the Redskins.
You know what? I think they may beat the
Yes,
Redskins.
that's what I want to hear.
I think the Redskins are about as stinky as the Lions.
Daniel Snyder. 0-1 the count. Good to see you coming around to my way of thinking.
Lions trying to break that 19-game losing streak. They went 4-0 in the preseason.
Had a great preseason. That's enough out of you. Is that one that's fouled back? That one bounces around over there. I tell you what, Mark Grant is a good friend. He's over there wearing a shillelagh hat. He is the color analyst for the San Diego Padres. That was just a terrible, terrible play by Mark.
It was pure laziness is what it was.
I mean, he is a great analyst, has a good sense of humor.
One of the best in the business.
Look at him.
Now we're busy putting a lip balm on.
I mean, that was...
Are you kidding me with that mud?
Horrible.
Yeah.
He's a good man. You remember him, folks. Big league pitcher.
Funny man.
Great sense of humor. Good analyst. But an awful defender. Trying to get something going, these Diamondbacks.
Not going to happen there. Montero strikes out. Well, Correa continues to dazzle. Big old curveball, low and away, and Miguel just couldn't lay off of it.
Fastball is high and inside. He has finally gotten up and over 100 pitches. All this work, all this time, he's at 104.
It's been surgical.
1-1 the count.
And that pitch, 105, might have been his best pitch of the night. A slider on the outside corner for a strike.
Slider just a little bit up. He's starting to get fatigued. There's no doubt about that. His high is 114. He's been over 100, 11 of 31, but he's thinking about it, you know, and his heart and his head are involved along with his arm. He wants to do this. The 2-1. 2-2 the count.
Gas. I mean, he just went right down the middle and right by Mark Reynolds.
Half the batters of the 31 have seen 3 pitches or less from Correa in their at bat. Did he? He did, and Kevin Correa, for the first time in his major league career, not only does he go the distance, he had never done that, but he does so with a complete game shutout of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And you know what? You bet his teammates are there to shake his hand. Since the end of August, there's the best team in the National League. They're the San Diego Padres.
Bud Black got to be proud of what his team continues to do. They didn't cash it in.